Assalamualaikum and good day. Today I'm going to share ELVR Cam, English Language Virtual Real Classroom of Arts and Music Pedagogy in the New Norm. I'm Jenrita binti Mapa from SKM Rotai Besar, Tawau Sabah. ELVR Cam is an innovative and creative idea of having the real classroom of face-to-face learning into what we call the virtual classroom of using the basic technology such as WhatsApp, Padlet, and Telegram for the English language virtual classroom. Are you ready? Let us reflect back to the time when ELVR Camp has started since last year in March 2020. Following the worsening COVID-19 situation, Malaysian government enforced a nationwide restriction of movement (RMO) or Movement Control Order (MCO) on March 18 till March 31st, 2020 initially. Starting from that day, many schools adopted online teaching methods and introduced online medium for exchanging information. All on-site teaching and learning was called off and replaced what we call the e-learning. So during that time of MCO COVID-19, there is no more face-to-face communication in my real classroom, and the problem I had in managing tasks for the pupils, and then I felt less of motivated, meaningful and memorable environment. The personal feelings that I had during that time, I'm a bit frustrated, afraid, almost panic attack, have a kind of self-doubt, and also less confident. Background of the pupils during the MCO of COVID-19, I noticed that most of my children, their homes are in rural area, and then they had the poor internet coverage in certain area, and also in terms of the gadget such as handphone, laptop, and computer at home, only 30% of them had it at home. And also the learners are among medium and slow learner, and only some of them are the advanced learners. Most of the children are from the families of low and middle income groups. And the personal feelings that I had during that time, I'm a bit frustrated because I lost connection with the pupils. I'm afraid because there is no teaching and learning communication, and almost panic attack because I always have a kind of question how to teach them. And I'm a bit self-doubt and thinking about, am I going to get the active participation from all the pupils in this virtual classroom? And also I'm a bit less confident in terms of the use of technology and its effectiveness to my pupils. So the ELVR Camp is actually English Language Virtual Classroom of Arts and Music Pedagogy. It is actually comes from the idea after I conducted what we call the classroom action research. So I've come to the research focus during that time is to create a motivated, meaningful, and memorable virtual classroom environment during this pandemic situation. And the research question is, how can I improve my practice in terms of creating a motivated, meaningful, and memorable virtual classroom environment via this ELVR Camp? So, this is where the ELVR Camp Creative and Innovative Framework has existed, where I'm using the classroom action research approach to overcome the problem. And in ELVR Camp, I managed to conduct what we call the project-based learning of using the basic technology together with a formative assessment for the pupils. So basically, for the English language teaching and learning, I have integrated the listening and speaking, reading, writing, vocabulary, and grammar skill together with the language arts skills by using the arts and music pedagogy. This is where I believe the 3M environment of motivated, meaningful, and memorable can exist, and also I need to get the involvement of teachers, students, and parents, and trying to understand their readiness, willingness, and participation in this virtual classroom. This is where the teacher, it is very important to have a kind of reflective practice of putting theory into practice. These are the supported models of teaching in ELVR Camp for 3M environment. The SAMR model is actually trying to give an idea for the teachers on how to use and choose the basic technology that suits the condition and needs for the pupils in learning. While using the Thinking Actively in a Social Context by Bell Wallace 2018, it gives me a kind of idea how to promote the learning and how to introduce the content knowledge to the pupils by having the process of gather, organize, identify, generate, decide, implement, evaluate, communicate, and learn from the experience. The 3H model is where the activities during the ELVR camp consist of head-on, heart-on, and hands-on via mind thinking, self-consciousness, self-belief, and grit in Society 5.0 of personhood and wholesome approach. For the ADKAR model, this is where I believe by using this model, it helps to create the 3M environment where I'm trying to create the awareness of the need for change among the parents and also the students, and having a desire to support the change and also give them a kind of knowledge of how to change, and also their ability to demonstrate skills and behaviors, and give them a kind of reinforcement to make the change stick. So I'm using what we call the action research of having the early observation, how to reflect on issue problems, and I have a kind of planning, action, do kind of observation, and then I do a kind of reflection again in a form of cyclical process in creating this ELVR camp. So I'm using the generic qualitative research method by using the document analysis, unstructured interview, and also the observation to define the effectiveness of using this ELVR camp among the parents and also the students at home. So the first implementation of action is I create my own virtual classroom for 3 classes of level 2, year 4 Tekun, 5 Tekun, and 6 Jujur via the WhatsApp groups. This is where I get all the people's information from the data department in school and contact class teacher. So basically it boosts out my self-relief and enhance a bit my self-confidence on how to react to the current situation. So I'm using the approach of project-based learning for this ELVR camp. So the process of creating this ELVR camp has created the creative and 3M environment for the learners. So step 1, while using the PBL, this is where the teacher give a kind of question and task to the pupils in the WhatsApp group, and then they will gather the information based on the guided materials that have been provided by the teacher. So they will analyze the information where they will manage and organize their tasks, and also do a kind of video and photo sharing. And also in step 4, they will learn and understand by using the Padlet as their virtual learning walk, and also demonstrate learning while having this display virtual classroom boards via Padlet. Lastly, they will present and exhibit their finished product or the finished task, and also teacher will give a kind of reward and recognition. So while having the simple online learning in ELVR camp by using the WhatsApp group Padlet, I have managed to create the virtual classroom while having the WhatsApp group, and also the virtual classroom boards via the use of Padlet. So for the implementation of action, for the phase 1, I only have a kind of shared WhatsApp group with other subjects managed by the classroom teacher. So after realize and also give a kind of reflection. In the phase 2, I have managed to create my own virtual classroom via the WhatsApp group. And also for the phase 3, this is where I introduce the project-based learning approach for the pupils of creating 3 special projects known as COVID-19, 30 Days of Good Deed, and also Project Now I Can Read. For the phase 4 in MCO, this is where I introduced the use of Padlet as the virtual classroom boards. So these are the evidence of having the Padlet together with the pupils for the first project of COVID-19. Second project of having the Zen for the good deed and the Padlet. And this is the third project. Now I can read by using the Padlet. I display all the finished work or the finished tasks from all the pupils in terms of photo sharing and videos. These are the rubrics for the written tasks in textbooks and also the PBL in ELVR Camp. And also, in trying to improve the use of project-based learning, I'll also make a kind of reference for the teaching rubric for the beginning, developing, and also the gold standard PBL teacher. So these are some of the evidence of pictures of pupils with the best project. When the school opened after the MCO COVID-19 last year in June, I managed to compile all their works and ask them to do a kind of display for the other pupils in the classroom. So I believe by using the e-learning of having the basic technology that really can suit the condition and needs of the pupils, it's very important for the teachers to realize which are the technologies that really can suit and easy for the pupils to follow during the virtual classroom. So in terms of the effectiveness, I believe that by using this ELVR Camp really can be the good sharing for others teachers. And then I have managed to do a kind of sharing session together with the school administrators, teachers, pupils, and parents of SK Merotai Besar Tower Sabah, together with the Tower District of Education Department. And this idea I already shared in my own Facebook pages as mentioned here. And also I managed to share with the Malaysian Action Research Network. So basically this ELVR Camp has been created by using the design thinking method. And then I believe basically this ELVR Camp have shown the effectiveness which has improved the flow of process teaching and learning virtually, and it is also cost effective because of the user friendly and cheap as long as you have the internet connection and smartphone. Basically, in terms of replicability, the idea of using the basic tools such as WhatsApp, Padlet, and Telegram are very simple and easy to be followed by other teachers in other schools. So in terms of creativity and innovation, I believe that ELVR Camp has been created by the process of design thinking, where the teacher have opportunity to discover the issue, explore the solution, doing mapping, and creating the best idea on how to solve the problem. So the final reflection, after use the ELVR Camp, I am a happy and satisfied teacher. I felt the self-contentment while struggling and managing all the challenges with an open heart and open mind. I am proud of myself because I managed to overcome my anxiety via the online courses to learn more about how to teach online effectively by attended webinar, read lots of educational journal via websites, enhance knowledge and skills about technology savvy. So the use of technology in online teaching during the pandemic has helped me to realize the importance of exposing those things to my pupils in early stage. I become more understanding the real situation of what my pupils are facing in their real life and what are the challenges as a teacher and preparation which I need to do in order to help them remain focused in learning. So while after having this ELVR Camp, I believe the cooperation between parents and teacher and their understanding with open heart and open mind are very important element because of this different situation. So final reflection nowadays, it is vital to realize and create awareness of the VUCA, volatility, uncertainty, complex and ambiguity world in education system. And always get ready with lots of preparation, readiness, willingness, and acceptance to change. So I think that's all for today. Thank you so much.